when you're growing up, we need to feel four things: lovable, capable, that we belong, and that we're safe. When those needs are met, because our caregivers went overboard to meet those needs, then what you do is you just are securely attached. And you can just be you and just relax and live and love people normally.
That was Studio 5 relationship contributor Dr. Matt Townsend a few weeks ago. In that conversation, he encouraged us to develop a secure attachment style in our relationships, which sparked today's topic: how to help others do the same. You heard it in the clip. Matt said you need to make people feel lovable, capable, safe, and like they belong. The question we ask today is how? How do we do that? Matt's going to tell us. Welcome back, Matt.
Good to be here.
Don't
Thanks,
you love when we use your own words against you?
Yeah, it's like, where did you come up with all this?
This is so profound. No, that caught our attention, though, and I think you framed it in such a way that is, be this person, and then you can help the people you love, which is, I think, every woman's core desire.
And what is interesting is, so they've been carrying that baggage of not having those needs met at some point, and it's not always our parents that did it. It could be our spouse, it could be our friend, it could be any time in our life where that need was violated. But they're carrying it with them all the way to today's current fight. And today's current situation is an echo of the past. So our job isn't to, I can't make them feel anything, but I can actually facilitate or make easier the process of helping them heal and knowing you're loved. I don't know what happened in your past, but when you're with me, I want you to know you're loved.
And that's the attachment piece.
That's it. And then what it does is it allows them as an adult to kind of let go of the old reaction of the past and adult up and be healthy in who they are as an adult now, because now they've got you to love them. Now they've got other people around them that are strong and secure.
How we can help other people feel safe. Let's start there. Safety being one of those core needs.
So think about it. If somebody is unsafe, how will they interact with you? How will they relate to you? How open will someone that's unsafe, how willing are they to be vulnerable? So if you don't see they're willing to be vulnerable, you could bet there's a safety issue.
Okay.
One of the things you could do is actually listen to what they are afraid of the most. What do they complain about the most? If they're bringing up money a lot, like, it's all about money, it's all about money, I'll bet you there's a story in their history about money and safety.
Where they're financially, they feel an insecurity around those finances.
And of all the moments to help this person would be, right now, let's not argue about your rights to go spend. If their issue is safety and it has a historical issue with their life, go understand the issue and then see if you can't adapt your life in a healthy way to help them know that they're safe financially. Get them involved in solving the financial problems. Make sure they're independent in the finances. Make sure they know where the money and everything is saved so that they don't have to have the fear. Instead of arguing the point that we think is the point about money, it's really unhooking the history and being there to hold them in a safe space.
This might be an over-obvious aha, but I find it interesting. Sometimes we throw around the word fear in these types of conversations. And that feels so big to me sometimes, and sometimes a little dramatic. But when you say, look at what they're complaining about, and that could be the fear, to me that feels like a really approachable and relatable way in.
Yeah, it is. And by the way, and it came from them. So we're just gonna follow the lead that they gave us and go a little deeper. It seems like you're really afraid of the money. Tell me, what's your history of money and finances? Why are you so worried about the financial situation? By the way, that's pretty much what a therapist would do, is just go down that river with them and try to figure out, or up that river and figure out upstream what happened that made all of this lack of safety come down the road. But remember, it's physical safety, so they're not gonna be harmed. It's social safety, so they won't be embarrassed. It's emotional safety, so they know that they can share their heart. It's financial safety, so we have money, and it's spiritual safety, so we have the same value system.
The next step in a healthy attachment is capability. So how can we help someone else feel more capable?
Have you ever had your partner argue with you that you don't ever listen to me? I tell you we need to do this, and you don't do it. That anxiety is about, why don't you just trust what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about here. And that's probably an issue about capability.
See, once again, I could see that as you laid that out. I could see that swirling around something as simple and menial as a to-do list, but then you're tying it back to something big like trust.
That's right. And so if all of a sudden I can understand that you need me to validate that you are skilled, that you are able. When you do a great job, I ought to be able to say, hey, that was an awesome job. Or how cool would it be to build up your partner in front of them? Hey, you should have seen what he did with our swing set the other day. We had 5,000 pieces and he turned it into the most incredible swing set. All of a sudden, this spouse is like, dang, she thinks I'm capable. And now I don't have to fight about the other little things, right? So every one of us just need to know that we are valid, that we are valuable, that our abilities are real. And you might even see on the capability side, a lot of men need that validated.
I was just going to say, what could appear on the surface as an ego stroke is actually a deep-rooted need.
And part of that's because of my role is, through evolutionary processes, was to be your protector, to be your provider, to be in presiding over the situation. Those are all hierarchical. Those demand a state of hierarchy. Now we just throw it out as all ego. It's not ego. It's how you've evolved to stay capable for your survival. And if I'm talking to someone and they never notice I bring any capability, then why would I live up to be your protector? Why would I live up to provide? Why would I live up to be a leader in the family?
All right, someone might know they are loved. How do we allow someone to know that they are lovable?
So, by the way, again, listen to what they complain about. You never touch me. How come I always have to initiate? You never seem to want to spend time with me. You don't care about me. So if that's their complaint, we can go into the love languages, and you'd start, some believe the love language is really the attachment needs you never had met. You're now demanding be met. You're now calling order to the thing, the need you didn't have met, right? And so it might very well just be, if somebody is complaining about being loved, go understand why that's so important to them. Why is it so important that we sit and watch a movie when we know a half hour in you're going to fall asleep? Why do you want that? Why do you want to sit with me and do that? And I'll bet you there's a history or a story. Because some of the safest times I ever felt loved and what I most felt cared for was when Dad would take time off and we would all sit together and we would have time together as a family.
So it's not about the movie at all,
never is.
Or the activity at all.
It's about dedication. I know you're there for me.
In pursuit of healthy attachment, how can we help our loved ones feel like they belong?
So the other biggest need is that belonging. And belonging means, I don't want to have the party without you. So when can you be here? And when you are there, I pay attention to you. You belong. And if it's not somebody in your immediate family, when you meet somebody new, you find out their name and you use their name and you find out more about them and then you introduce them to other people. Think about how dire we are in this world to know that we belong. Where do we belong? And if we don't belong in our family, then guess where we're going to belong? Somewhere else, which is why we have so many people that detach from their family or get too attached to other people that aren't even really there.
We've mostly framed this in the context of romantic partnerships, but I see this being really applicable to like parents and teenagers.
This is huge. Right now, 60% we know of millennials have attachment issues. So this isn't going away. And we've got to start recognizing what people are saying and how they're acting, and instead of just chalking it up to they're selfish, chalk it up to they probably don't feel loved, capable, they don't feel like they belong, they don't feel like they're safe. And as soon as we just start dealing with those real issues in very real ways, you'll actually see them relax. You'll see them feel loved. And it's literally, each one of these means I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I'm with you. And that's literally all we're trying to do is slowly understand them. I see you're struggling with this. I feel what you're saying. I hear what you're saying because we allow them to say it. And I'm with you on it.
And you talk about relaxing. Like, isn't that what we ultimately want as someone to sink into our relationship, but to sink into us and let us hold and take care and protect and all of those things you described.
And that releases all these great chemicals, the bonding chemicals that you will feel them relax. And then that's the amazing moment, because once they're relaxed, now they trust you. Now whatever you want to say to coach them or to advance an issue, now they'll listen. Up to that point, they're not listening. They're either going to fight you on it or run from it.
You know what I love? This is at the core what you've been teaching for many, many years. But to see how it continues to help people and evolve into our current issues and needs is really inspiring, Matt. Thank you so much. You have a new program. I love the name, so I can't wait to hear more about it. Becoming One.
Becoming One. So what we're trying to do is make it so for a smaller fee, you can get in on our program and start watching all of our classes and start becoming a member of a community where we're going to talk about attachment and your needs and your issues, and we're going to teach you how to become one with the people around you.
I love it.
And then you can cancel anytime. All you got to do is go to coachwithmatt.com or matttownsend.com, either one of those, and we'll get you in Becoming One, and then you can just start watching. We have a bunch of video programs, video-based programming, every week a new call. And then we actually coach live through their issues. And you'll be able to hear other people's issues and see how we coach people through them.
I can't wait to hear feedback on this new program, Becoming One. Coachwithmatt.com or matttownsend.com. We'll link you to both from our website. Thank you very much, friend.